Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Zaki number 2. In this video we're going to be reacting and looking at, analysing and thinking about the EnVy versus Sentinels, I believe it is at least. It's been a bit confusing, I've got to be honest with you. Pop Flash, Group Stage, Day 1, Invitational. Sentinels versus EnVy. So as of right now you can see the casters going on about what they're doing, and we're basically waiting for the tournament to start. I did post a video very recently about which one was it? It was Gen.G versus Cloud9. Very close game at the very start, and then Cloud9 really seemed to do very well. So Cloud9 won 2-1 versus Gen.G out of a best of 3 situation, and I covered the middle match. But with that being said, maybe we're getting into it. In fact, we are getting into it. So now, as we can see, we are on Haven, and it looks like Sentinels is about to play Defenders on Haven. So what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? That is the question. I know that this is the first time many of you may be seeing me. This is Zaki from Valorant Hub. Hi, how you doing? If it isn't the first time, last time was the first time because I did also react, like I said, to the Cloud9 Gen.G tournament. But on this channel, I basically look at everything that I'm personally interested in, and I'm interested in a lot of stuff online, Valorant being one of those things. And so, you know, I have Valorant Hub along with a few other projects online, and this would be one of them, although this is one of my newer projects, as you can tell by the views and stuff like that. But that's fine because we're doing this because we enjoy it. So anyway, that being said, it looks like the timer has finally started again. 15 seconds on the clock to start, and then we're going to get into a good game, hopefully. My question to you right now is, who do you think might win this? Do you think Sentinels? Do you think EnVy? Both are very, very strong competitors. I'm going to reserve my assumption, or my prediction, I should say, for a few rounds, which I know is cheating a bit, but honestly, I don't know. That's the reason I don't know. Anyway, Sick is on Calypso like that. On C site, C long, which means EnVy has already had one player down, but of course, that is not the full story. I haven't seen Sentinels or EnVy play for a little while, so I'm not quite used to exactly their playstyles, but Caboose tries to take out Sinatra, but Sinatra's not having it until a kiss obviously takes him down. And now we have a 3v3 situation, now 3v2 EnVy to Sentinels. Zom's doing some nice work there. Zom's doing some very nice work, and one last try. Unfortunately for him, FNS does very well there. However, it's a 1v1 situation, that's my bad. It's Cypher versus Cypher. EnVy Cypher has marginally less health, about 30 down. Dapper gets a little peek on him, as the caster said, but FNS does manage to pull it out in the end. I've done so many videos today. I've still got like 3 or 4 videos to make today, so if I sound weird, if I miss words, whatever it might be, please give me a bit of patience. It's getting really crazy at the moment. COD just revealed Black Ops Cold War. Fortnite Season 4 is tomorrow. I cover stuff on Fortnite too. Obviously, I run Valorant Hub, and Gamescom is happening tomorrow, I believe. And yeah, so things are pretty crazy at the moment. Anyway, right now Dapper is on A site. Caboose is considering pushing potentially, but isn't going aggressive right now.
Also, it was Shazam with the shorty over at the A site, so they have to play up close and personal. Meanwhile, you got the triple stack over on C.
Things are playing very slowly right now. There's no rush, apparently, for either team, which is interesting to see. Also, apologies if the audio isn't great. I'm actually testing it. It should actually be pretty good, but I don't know. I'll only know once the video's done. Trying out something new. So Mummy is currently... Wow, this is very interesting. No one has fought in like 40, 50 seconds.
Creates much more of an intense moment for the retake, knowing there's not a time you can step in coming up, or do you play before it goes off and try to take it out? Really putting the pressure.
Okay, so the first comes from Caboose to Zoms, Sick trading back to Mummy, and now we have a 4v4 situation. It looks like C site may be the plan. Sentinels wants to push into it, but EnVy does have a fairly good hold on it potentially. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Sinatra is ready to, or maybe he's not ready to go yet. He's got a Bucky, so I'm not sure about that quite now. But Caboose gets a nice quick.
There's a second. Caboose getting 4 kills already in the round. Give him the ace instead. It's stolen by Calypso. But a great round from EnVy. They played it slow.
They just dominated. 2-0 EnVy to Sentinels. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? That was a bit of a flex, I'm not going to lie, from Caboose. I think that last kill there, bit of a flex. Wasn't necessarily going to work, but it did. And Caboose is now top fragger for 1-1. Still very early in the game. Sentinels can very much pick this back up. Let's see how it goes.
Huge bullet punches if he gets hit first, but Shazam on the jet, perfect character.
Shazam quick takedown of Caboose. Sick quick takedown of Calypso, which means that Sentinels does have a good grounding for this round. It's very good to see for Sentinels, obviously. Things are slowed down a bit though, you know, taking it slowly. EnVy doesn't want to push too hard too quick. Mummy desperately wants that op snipe, but is he going to be able to collect it? I'm not sure. Unlikely at this rate. I think he's going to give up soon, but maybe this is going to be the first confrontation after the first two have been taken down. Sick just waiting on EnVy, and this could do. This is it for him. Oh, this is good for them. This is very good for them. Oh, imagine if Mummy took him out after that. Sick did manage to pick it back though, and this looks like it is Sentinel's round, which means we are now 2-1.
Becomes really difficult at the end of that pocket. You don't have
also massive genuine apologies, kind of. I may end up eating towards the middle or even soon of this game because things are really crazy right now. I'm trying to find the time to eat in it, or I've got to eat, you know, gotta eat. And I'm basically doing like, yeah, I don't know, I'm doing a lot of time in front of the camera and in front of the microphone over different projects, so need to get the food.
Shazam's going to continue to opt down long A, but when you come to B and C site, expect
Shazam is on
A
site right now, just waiting it out, seeing what's happening. Dapper already taking the flanks, and Archer taking out Caboose, and now he oh, that's the intel that he needed, and now EnVy is like, oh crap. Yeah, they are moving. Oh my gosh. Sentinels is Sentinels is just pushing right now, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. But the thing is, he doesn't know left and right, as in he doesn't know that they're both there. No way, because no way. Okay, yeah. If Sinatra took him out too, I would say give this man a 7-figure salary. But again, EnVy's in a sticky situation right now, and like that, Calypso, bro, Sentinel's bringing it back though, and that's what they do though every time. That's what they do every time. They always get like, I almost think at this point that they like forfeit the first few rounds just to get a feel for how the other team plays, so that eventually they can then take it back. The only thing with Sentinels, from what I've realized, and this was about a month ago or 3 weeks ago that I saw a tournament with them, I think it might be in the FaZe Clan Invitational, I can't remember. Sentinels does really well for like, it seems half the game afterwards, after they've had a bit of a, you know, a couple rounds gone. But then towards the end, they don't always do really well towards the end. Sometimes they lose a few rounds, but Sinatra quickly FNS like this. Sinatra is pulling this off right now. In fact, the whole team, Sentinels, is doing really well. Dapper's done, there we go, Dapper's doing some really nice plays. Shazam's put off some brilliant ops himself. Sinatra going off again. Bro, this is something else. At this point, EnVy has... I feel like EnVy's going to start playing slower. Like, much slower. Because they are just getting picked really quickly. Either that, or I don't actually know what they're going to do, to be honest with you. I'm not pro in, you know, in these tactics yet, so... I'm sure as I watch more tournaments and, you know, all that, then I'm sure I'll have a better education around it, but... Sentinels really is just dominating right now. And of course, EnVy, it could go the other way. We are so early in the game. It's now only 3-2 Sentinels to EnVy. But I might have to get my food quite soon because my body's telling me off.
You're playing with the Killjoy, not the best attacking character. A Cypher, not so
okay.
So you're really looking at your Phoenix and your
I feel like this could be around to EnVy. I don't know why.
Absolutely, and we see
but Sentinels, again, when they get really confident, and they do, it can sometimes not go. It can sometimes really work well, but sometimes it doesn't. So.
Protect the body as the Phoenixes now play a little cat and mouse on either side of the wall. It looks like B. Maybe once again, as EnVy looks for a pick, playing this slow.
Okay, yeah, see what I said? I thought they were going to play it slow potentially, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Looking for it, no flash, no smoke, maybe a deterrent to say, yeah, there we go. Moving them off their first angle.
Okay, so Caboose wants the intel, and he will do anything to get it. He pops his ult, but actually doesn't get any intel apart from the fact that they're not at B. That's the only intel that he got from that. Sinatra tries to do something, but wasn't quite anticipating Calypso here, and here we go. EnVy is definitely having a good time here, but Shazam does get a nice headshot with the Deagle, but doesn't realize that to his left is one other opponent. What's going to happen here? Calypso is low. Well, kind of low. Sentinels, this is EnVy's round now. This is it right here. Bang, here you go.
You can't shoot the gun, so
how the
Zom says, you know what? I feel that sixth
how did he flick that? I mean, obviously that is EnVy's round, but at least he got the eco on it.
Goes down
or would have. Yeah.
3 as we start going punch for punch pocket. It does seem like EnVy is able to fight back here against what Sentinels has to provide.
But that wasn't domination. I don't think, at least. I will be right back. My stomach's telling me off.
Behind the Phoenix run it back, B was no problem. Akis following up the run it back perfectly, was able to get a kill on Dapper, and all of a sudden the Sentinels are held out to dry. Let's see what they can do now, as once again they're going for their standard default. Look at Dapper and Shazam though this round. Looks like Shazam wants to get aggro, wants to get an early pick here with the operator, and he could find the Cypher waiting on the other side.
You should run.
So you always see Cyphers throw that gate long. You make sure they don't know if somebody's running short, set a precedent, keep it going, keep your opponent thinking. And the push already coming in here. Shazam's gonna have to wait knowing that there's a trip, so he wants to have everyone come back. Oh, actually floats over it. I don't know if he heard that. Yeah, he's gonna be coming back, but it's not in enough time. Finesse gets taken. Now Shazam,
I thought he was gonna get 2 kills there.
So much by creating pressure here without doing too much. Throws down the op, picks up a Phantom, and shuts down Akis as well.
Shazam doing all the work behind enemy lines. Meanwhile, it looks like the rotation is through to A for EnVy. Spike is going to be planted. They've got the operator watching the B rotation, and it looks like Calypso is going to be perfectly positioned to find Zoms on the rotate. But what will the Phoenix be able to do? Can Caboose hold the door against the 2 players pushing up short? It's about to go down.
EnVy's doing such a great job at making the right decisions for the site they need, but can the shots get hit? 6 comes up with the first one as Calypso answers on the retribution kill there. Shazam, the team, peek together, and now Calypso has his work cut out for him. It's going to be a tough one. Does some tag damage as he
Sentinels has just destroyed.
It's not going to be enough. That's a win for Sentinels.
As you can tell, I don't like people watching me eat, which is why I had my hand over my mouth.
We'll see if they do invest.
One of my worst pet peeves is when I hear people chewing.
Akis has some
Yeah.
cash.
So I'm very
Akis
conscious of it
And
myself
Akis
when
is
I'm
gonna
eating.
buy and
That's why I
cherry
don't
he's gonna
like
get
eating in
in
front of the
exchange, I should
camera.
say, he's gonna get the Phantom once again. When it
I know
comes to
most
the
of you probably
weapons,
don't
it's a
mind,
fair
but I
fight,
have
and
this
this is
thing.
a clear win for EnVy. They are broken.
I
They
genuinely
lose.
get triggered when I hear mouth
Everybody on Sentinels
noises.
making shots
So
that
I know
you
that's,
need. You see
yeah.
those KDAs.
Some people have it, some people
Be
don't.
looking to hit those again, using a bit less utility than you like to see as they're heading into sights. But still, you rely on a good
I know
shot
the
to get
microphone
that
wouldn't have picked that
momentum
up
going.
though.
You saw
I don't
Caboose
think it would have at
earlier.
least.
It's all about if they can hit it. Minute and 20 left on this round as it's another slow one, but we're getting more pushing this game. Like I said, the previous ones, we didn't see too much of this. The round had continued. Nobody was feeling like they could push out. And now look, one already out into mid lane. Phoenix just watching that big.
They all want A. They're looking at it with hungry eyes. They're like, we want this.
Dick is gonna keep trying to flank. Meanwhile, you're gonna have the Omen on the opposite side.
That's what they needed. All they needed was the confirmation that EnVy was down there.
Here comes the nano.
That's all they needed. Now they have. Ooh, Mummy takes a good op snipe at Sinatra, gets it down.
And here come the blades.
They are infiltrating as well, to be fair.
All of a sudden, EnVy with total control.
Really slowly played here
Pardon
by
me.
EnVy, but seemed to just call Sentinels on the full retake in the site, pressuring now, and it seems like Sentinels have to scatter a bit to even make this work, losing members left and right.
You really can never predict in Valorant, can you? Like, I genuinely thought that was Sentinels to win.
And they really could not make those angles work for themselves. EnVy doing a really nice job of having supposed plans.
Wow.
That gives Sentinels the trouble. I think we're going again.
Every time you think,
round here, Puckett.
every time you think that something's a given, it's not in Valorant.
This is just the beginning. Last time these
Someone pulls off some crazy snipe that you would never have expected, this, that, and the other. It's crazy. But
this is EnVy's map pick. They'll tie things up.
the thing is that if EnVy starts doing well now, I would imagine Sentinels are just going to pull it. Basically, any time that Sentinels starts getting a hit in terms of the score, they always just punch back harder, basically.
He's still missing some shots that I've seen him just connect. And of course, on the other side, Akis pretty uncomfortable on the Killjoy. 2 rounds ago, he used the ultimate.
I do love it when Shazam frags though, because when Shazam frags, like when he gets into the groove of it, this guy just pulls off some plays. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
With Sentinels is a great sign of things to come later in the series.
Absolutely. It's each team figuring each other out, doing a bit more homework.
Of course, so this is very equal right now, 4-4. Anything could happen.
Here, actually on their side, Mummy's waiting for just that.
Didn't get it, but now they know where each other are.
Even the jiggle from Shazam, he gives a shoulder. That's enough.
Shazam thinks that he's pushing, but he's not.
With that first kill on this round.
Instead, they're all moving, and Dapper's going to give the intel that matters here.
And there is Calypso showing you how good
No way, no, he doesn't. No, what? Holy man, this is like.
Waiting this one out, looking for the shot. Wingman is left, but he still wants to get in to try to make the play.
I'm starting to think that I'm starting to become a bit of a Sentinels fan.
Like they get to keep it for very long.
That's nothing against EnVy, they are great players. I think maybe it's because I've been reporting a lot of Sentinel storyline recently. Not recently, but over the past couple months at least. So, you know, I've seen more interviews, I've dived into more interviews with Sentinels, mainly because from what I've seen, they've made themselves more accessible. I've seen more of Shazam, more of Sinatra, and stuff. EnVy just hasn't had the same media attention, I don't think. But that's what esports is all about, isn't it? Like, you've got to show your team as far as the personality so that people care, because if Sentinels loses this, I'm not going to be upset, but I am also sort of, you know, I'm enjoying this game. I'm enjoying this game for sure.
Relax on your point and get ready for what might be a jump peak, not a rush peak.
Bro, how does he pull these off? Oh my gosh, and now Sick doesn't care, bro. He's just ulting. He doesn't care. And not only that, the position that he ulted at there, right, was such an exposed position. Sentinels has played some risky plays here, but they do have a good positioning right now. EnVy obviously is in a pretty bad position.
themselves into a
So,
position that just sees
who knows what's going to happen. He has 38 seconds on the clock.
has a trap.
I think so long as Sentinels play safe here, basically, they don't need to do much.
Just ready on the other side. No, he's not. Dapper falls
So Dapper, that's now Intel though. That's Intel. So now, yep, Sentinels is getting ready for this. And Zoms makes it work.
I got a little bit nervous there for Sentinels. They were kind of giving 1v1 opportunities.
Legit, bro. I don't know if you heard the casted there, but they were saying they were getting kind of worried for Sentinels. They did get a bit confident before it was a good idea, potentially. But they still managed to pull it off. Shazam's play with that snipe was good. Oh dear, bro. I love some of these games.
This round should be easier than ever. Round 11, it's all ARs and a sniper.
It always plays with your emotions. Like, I can't imagine what it's like for the pros actually in the game.
You push up. This is
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't necessarily say that EnVy totally has this yet, though. Sentinel still has ample opportunity to bring this back, but they also, they don't do anything. They're done with for this round, at least. Oh my. Okay, well, Sinatra's a great player, but I don't see him fragging out these three now.
Should be an outgunned round turns into a favorable round win here, unless Sinatra can pull off some heroics. Huge stuff as the
it's unfortunate, but I mean, wow, that shows that I've clearly got some level of bias towards Sentinels. But GG's to EnVy is what I should have said as well. Legit though, if they bring us back, then fair play to EnVy. That would be awesome to see too. I think there's sort of a lesson there though too. It's I think EnVy, it'd be great if they started doing more media stuff, more interviews, more videos and stuff like that, because the only connection that I really have, I suppose, to Sentinels more than EnVy is the videos and the press releases and stuff that they've done. So
knows how to react to it, but you know you have to do something, either destroy it or get out of dodge. Here we go.
But I think Sentinels have realized that they don't want to get too comfortable here. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame for Sentinels. That was a oh, okay. I actually have no idea what's going to happen here. It could go so many ways. Okay, well, Sentinels is doing a good job so far, but we also know that it can go any way. There's still a minute left on the clock, and I'm hoping Sentinels figures that out. No one. Oh, okay, what's going to happen here?
And there's the first 1v1. Zoms is waiting and has the jump on him down to just a
and there you have it.
Sniper takes forever to pull out.
That's just, oh my gosh, bro. Bro. A bit of teabagging, bro. Careful. Careful.
7-5 here.
Oh dear. I wish I didn't see that teabag. I mean, it's part of esports. Oh my gosh. The thing is that if they lose this now, that's going to look really bad.
Absolutely. I believe that.
Let's keep... I mean, that wasn't toxic. That could have been worse, but... Yeah, let's keep things civil, you know what I mean? Let's keep things civil.
It's fun. It's more of a one and done gun. Is your clip's gone, but here we see a classic.
But that was, in fairness to, I think it was Meme there. They survived for a long time, considering the angry mob that was swarming at them. They used their abilities with the cloudburst or the cloud flare, cloudburst, one of the two, and being able to jump high. What's happening here? Oh my gosh, EnVy, fair play, mate. Caboose really doing some work there. But now, of course, Sentinels knows exactly what's up. Sinatra's playing. Sinatra is performing. I mean, he's not... I wouldn't count on him in a 1v3 situation like I would some others, but he gets important picks. I've noticed he definitely gets important picks. And of course, he's got his signature Odin moves.
That's
not where you want
unfortunate. That'll happen.
Oh, he is ready.
They move into the Cypher,
Yeah.
and still cleans that one up. Looking down on the Cypher. But the tip of the hat comes from Dapper as he says, thank you.
This is such a good game. I'm really enjoying it. Even if it was the other way around, if it was EnVy taking Sentinels here.
8-5 lead and weapons here. Now Shazam,
One thing I'm really enjoying about this game is the uncertainty of it. No one is clearly about to dominate the other. Sentinels is definitely getting some really good picks, but they're getting unexpected picks as far as I'm concerned. Some of them at least. Like Sinatra sometimes is able to really
See where they go.
turn on people, you know, do the turn on thing. You know, someone shoots you and then you turn back to the, yeah, you know what I mean better than I do. You probably play this game more than I do, so. I say that because I honestly play these games as much as I can, but there's only so much time in the day when I'm making videos and stuff, so. Regardless, though, the reason why I'm able to talk so much is because this is so slow right now. I think
so they haven't committed anywhere yet.
I think Sentinels don't want to be overly confident because anything can happen, but at the same time,
The drone is coming out. There's going to be Sinatra checking.
EnVy is probably kind of thinking we need to get this. Which, to be fair, EnVy, if they're defending,
They're not back B. Are they in
what's
C?
happening
Are they
here?
on C, or is there still players at A? It looks like
Oh
A's
my.
the ideal plant position, and now they've got to defend it. What will the Pistols be able to do? You're looking for a big curveball to start this one off.
So Shazam knows there's some at C.
Oh my gosh, bro, like for real. Oh my god.
Like you said, not the first
Oh my gosh, bro, this is crazy.
Shazam still playing around the front, making sure he can peek mid.
Shazam is,
The hunt down. They can find out
Shazam is just going off right now. Shazam and Sinatra are just going off. And they're all really well complementing each other. Sorry, I had a notification on my phone. They're really well complementing each other. That's what I love about this team. Like, that's actually the thing is that like some of them have got great, like are able to do great kill streaks or whatever, you know, multiple in succession. But one thing I think they do really, really well is team coordination. Obviously, sometimes they get caught out because that's part of the game, but
we'll see if the defense holds it down strong as they look like they're once again going to have 2 at C, 2 long A.
what's about to happen?
So in the middle of the map, ready to paranoid anyone pushing through, but they're playing very deep on site.
I loved your point about the Bulldog because it is even bigger for Shazam. The fact that it's
Well, to be fair, that's a good precaution considering, because otherwise they would have been gone if there was someone there, and I don't think they gave away their position too much, to be honest with you.
really, really well thought out with kind of
Regardless, though, EnVy taking out one of Sentinels. What's going to happen here? They're very close now.
Shazam, they're down a man, but that could turn on its head if he is able to get a pick and just run this round away. As you take a look,
Sinatra's going in with the Odin.
The duo trying to clear garage, making their way to back C.
Sorry, not the Odin, the Ares. My
This
bad.
is going to be a full C commit as the spike is moving forward. Expect the push to come in. Shazam could burst.
Oh.
Instead, he holds. And
But that's the intel. That Sentinels might just need the intel, but this isn't looking good for Sentinels right now. It's looking very good for EnVy. Not a single player, apart from maybe Jet, who's had like chip damage done to her. This isn't looking good for Sentinels, though. I mean, EnVy, yeah. GG's to EnVy on this.
Get the ace, mummy. Not today. All right.
With 10 HP left, Dapper comes up huge on that, but he's going down eventually as he goes to sink that spike.
Dapper did well there, to be fair, but EnVy just had that way. They had that well constructed. So GG's to them. Like, that's actually really good.
They didn't expect to keep it. They just wanted to make it expensive for EnVy. So
This is looking like it's going to be a close game. I think Sentinels, when they get into it, like, they just dominate. But sometimes they can be caught off guard, and EnVy did that quite well. Mainly, I think Sentinels just weren't... They basically played into EnVy's trap there. That's all it was. Like, EnVy set up a really good positioning there. The other thing to bear in mind, of course, is that Sentinels have dominated on defenders, but not so much on attackers as much. So let's see how this goes. I think one of the reasons why that might be as well is that Sentinels have got great ops,
utility from Killjoy. She had just in the
So
first round. Now
obviously
they
that's
well.
quite helpful when it comes to defense, but
And Calypso with some early dark
now they're
cover,
just
they're
playing
gonna
this
have
slow. I mean, to be fit, and actually I was gonna say they could just let it go, but no, Sentinels has to get these, has to get this attack.
They are prepping for a big hit. They know it's coming, but will Sentinels commit?
Camera would be great to pull here.
The thing is, Sentinels are gonna have to win on mechanics here because they aren't actually. Then they're
Wow.
that was a mechanic because they aren't really playing
Opens up the kills. Calypso finding
to their strengths right now.
disjointed here coming in from Sentinels as nobody else was
They're sort of allowing, they're sort of getting picked off basically because EnVy are. But now this is the type of play that I can see Sentinels doing well with, because they're not playing into EnVy's trap, and realistically, it's not a huge trap to play against. But they do have to be quick here because eventually EnVy is going to catch on to what they're doing, and already they have already made it very clear what their plans are, and Sentinels is not aware, but now Sentinels is very aware. FNS still doing it though, and that will be EnVy's game. EnVy, that was close. FNS was a core of the team there. That was so important for EnVy. If FNS wasn't there, that would have been very bad. Sentinels would have just taken control of that area, and then it would have been a case of trying to retake C, which would have been really horrible for EnVy to try and do. Yeah, GG's to FNS, so that was really good play. But if I know Sentinels, I have a feeling they might come back with this. The thing is, this is what they do, they sort of play with the boundaries, it seems. They play with what the team's trying to do, and already, as we saw, that was, you know, if they'd gone A site that time, it would have been over a lot quicker. So Sentinels is figuring out how EnVy wants to play this, but I think EnVy also figured out that Sentinels wants to play differently too. This is interesting though to see the team scattered. I have a feeling that they want to start getting a bit more intel, but Zoms, it seems as though Zoms knows that there are people there. That's crazy, bro. Fair play to EnVy. But if EnVy actually wins this, I say that because Sentinels has been widely regarded as, you know, one of the best teams in NA versus TSM, especially with it. So if EnVy actually comes back with this, which I'm not sure, that will be huge for EnVy. Like, that will be massive. But Sinatra really putting down that EnVy potential comeback.
They've got it secured, but Mummy with the operator, not the ideal weapon to break back in.
No, it's not. But FNS could, I reckon FNS is ready, I think.
No, you're gonna have to go to them.
But why Sentinels only has Sinatra? I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
Around just a little bit here on that defensive retake. 2v3, Cypher's low. They could actually make this work for themselves. Stinger on the
nice.
That's fast damage, and Sinatra finishes it up with the crossfire.
That was good.
You lose sick early.
You lose sick.
You pop the
That could have gone of so many different ways.
Dapper with an enormous ghost kill to open things up.
That could have gone so many different ways.
Punish and finish one by one, able to dismantle EnVy. But it was the Hunter's Fury who started it.
But they're not winning the same way that they used to. I mean, this is the thing, they are, but they're not. Because what they just did there is, again, the whole idea of they are a team. They really need to be a team. If they don't play as a team, their chance of winning a round is so short. But they can get the angles, they can get the intel, and that's what Sentinels really needs. I think potentially EnVy might have a better potentially better mechanics in at some points, but at the same time Dapper and Shazam are catching them out quite frequently. FNS obviously being one of the star players here from what it looks like, at least, and Caboose doing very well too.
Drone didn't see much, but they know they're gonna have the man advantage over at C. Here comes the push. The Nest with just a Spectre holds strong.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
All of a sudden, it is a bloodbath at C, but Dapper remains, and this spike is going down.
Tough angle to hold there. Sentinels are putting themselves in.
Had to reposition. I don't see this being a dub. I think Dapper's a great player, but that's not going to be a dub.
Gets those fights that he needed with the movement, but Calypso Talked about him a few rounds ago. Coming up again, a 3K here as he continues to put up the impact frags for the team.
And watching him on the minimap, I don't know how he survived. Doesn't get spotted by the drone, doesn't get seen by the run it back, and then is able to pinch in with the perfect time for a triple punish. 10-8. 3 more rounds for Sentinels. EnVy needs 5. This one going to come down to the wire as once again, snipers on both sides. Everyone else running with the Phantoms outside of Dapper's SMG. What is the plan for Sentinels? A has been working. B has worked. C has not worked.
The money is in that spot for both teams, where if you start winning, losing, you're getting 3,000 for the win, 1,900 for that first.
I really hate Twitch chat.
Imperative. 10-8 on our first map of the series here between Sentinels and EnVy.
Gotta be real.
Killjoy will set back up in A. Sentinels.
Gotta stop looking at
Of an info split.
Tilts me.
They gather together.
It used to be funny, but I don't know.
Over to the right side, Omen's got C split.
Dapper with an early peek, trying to draw him out for 6 punish. Making noise at A is the plan, but don't expect a commitment here. I wanted to see this. They would rotate out after drawing the attention. They know they've got EnVy on heavy rotates previously. Yep. Can you punish it now after showing the fake and your rotate to B? A little dance here as it's going to be Caboose around the wall. On the other side, Dapper has been holding deep this entire time after the first 20 seconds of the round. 45 left on the clock. It's go time here for the Sentinels.
Smoke towards mid with the knowledge of a drone coming through, right? It's kind of like Sentinels are working off the we've worked B a few rounds, but we're not going to. At 33 seconds into the round, Sentinels feels like they have dislodged what was the defensive EnVy for now, enough to run their strategy.
This is an interesting play from Sentinels. This has been so flipping slow, and EnVy is ready for it. EnVy is so ready for it. Sentinels is not enjoying this game. Sinatra had a good shot there. EnVy, to be fair, actually. Oh, okay.
It is on the ground, and this should be an EnVy round if they stay alive.
1 second in, and it is a clutch taking down that imperative bomb plan.
Well, Sinatra got the.
And it will not go. So
got the eco at least.
I think that's the first round we've really seen Sentinels to push the clock down to see how EnVy would react in a tight situation, and I'm pretty impressed with EnVy there.
Yeah, a nice job by Calypso.
I don't know if you could hear what the caster just said, but they were basically saying that Sentinels is trying to feel out how EnVy plays, and that does cost you a round, but if that means that you're then potentially going to be able to take back the rounds, then that's what matters. For Sentinels, of course.
EnVy tying it up. Caboose wants to get aggro here. Nowhere near the run it back. He is simply looking to punish the slow pushes over at A. Can he find a flank kill?
The thing is, if this goes well for EnVy, they get it. If this doesn't go well for EnVy, they're going to get destroyed. And that's what I'm interested to see right now. Oh, well, this is it then. This would be it. Bro, and then Shazam just pulls out some crazy stuff that you never expect. Caboose trading it off, though. But Sick knows someone is there. And he gets Caboose like this. This is where it looks like it may not have paid off for EnVy to do this. Obviously, Momedo has got a good shot, but he wasn't able to put it off because Omen on Sentinels managed to stop this line of sight there. And Finesse still being able to pull it off there with Sick. The issue for Sentinels right now is that the plant has been spiked. The spike has been planted. But literally, the only way that FNS wants to fix this is just by taking out Sentinels, it looks like, which is pretty interesting.
And here we have the Killjoy out going, Killjoy ultimate going out. Zom's able to take one down. They're trying to identify where it is, just to the corner. He can spam it through the wall. It's hitting, but he hasn't hit it enough times.
Lockdown destroyed.
He just got it.
Just in time, Sentinels going to get around. Finesse gonna be blown up or shot in the face on this.
So that didn't work out for EnVy.
It got a little bit sketchy as soon as that Killjoy.
This is getting really close though. Like, even if that, I mean, realistically, before Sentinels, you were like, yeah, it's probably going to be their round. This has started getting multifaceted now. You don't quite know where things are going to head, so.
There's a guy in front of me. Boom. The fast, quick op skills.
You can still snap. Fires out. still got it from
Yeah.
Siesta.
I've just noticed something on my screen that I want to take a screenshot of, so apologies for the next 2 seconds.
The inventories. Rifles around, actually, here for the side of Sentinels. It looks like they want to play a little bit more close to the chest on this one, and it's a push from EnVy.
There you go.
I hate to call him out, but I said Caboose is going to be the X factor, the player who needs to.
I saw something that interested me that I wanted to bookmark, basically, on Twitch.
He's not getting a ton of action at A, but on these retakes, he is not.
But Sentinels is having a good game here right now.
Answering back,
But Calypso pushes back. GG. Sinatra has an answer though, and now it looks like EnVy is going to have to try and reclaim C. This must feel so good for Sentinels right now. The only thing is that they do not know where Caboose is, and Caboose could. If he goes right here, oh, this is so awkward.
Caboose this time is going to find Sinatra for his 10th kill. Flash down long, punish from Dapper.
Bruh.
And Dapper knows where the last member is.
Oh my gosh.
Akis will be gunned down.
Oh my gosh, bro. One more round. Sentinels didn't necessarily have that.
Kind of surprising.
I mean, we still don't know actually. If EnVy pulls this off, bro. If EnVy pulls this off, I will be very impressed. I'll be very impressed.
Up to that challenge here in this game, but backs against the wall on what could be game point, like you said, Puckett. 23 kills for Sinatra on top. He has just been unloading this game, and the rest of the team following up on Sentinels. Can they close it out here?
Honestly, I think Haven was the right pick for EnVy. This is Sentinels' least played map. They've avoided it in tournaments. Their lowest win percentage, but now could be a
sorry, I'm getting excited for this. Oh dear. Even though I don't mean to be, I'm starting to feel that I do just like Sentinels.
They've got long locked down, but only for so long.
But it's early in the esports scene. We don't know where the fandom's gonna go. Like I say, EnVy, just do some more interviews and, you know, make yourself known a bit better to people. I mean, hell, if you do more interviews, I'll cover it on Valorant Hub. Like, please do. I'll cover it.
You love seeing stuff like that because as a player yourself,
do more interviews, do more videos, do more press releases, etc., etc. Talk about the game on Twitch. I'll cover it. I'll talk about it. Because right now, Sentinels is... I mean, to be fair, this is actually still early in the round. Who knows what's going to happen 3v4? You never know. Here we go. Caboose does something here. Akis, apparently not Akis. Okay, my bad.
And Caboose on the other side. So they've wrapped around B. They know no one is on site. They've got
well, they
out front, but Sick is still
okay, well,
to his third kill. Zoms is going to find a fourth, and Sinatra, Mr. 150K. Go ahead, start paying him 200. He's worth it. Drops the top frags in
GG. I wasn't expecting to end like that. As in, that quickly, and yeah, anyway. So that was actually a very close game, and something that the casters were saying is that EnVy picked Haven there, and that was actually potentially a really good pick for EnVy anyway. Even though they didn't win, Sentinels actually started losing the grip a little bit there. And that could have still won out nicely for EnVy. Imagine if EnVy picked a different map that Sentinels was better at. That could have been a much worse score for EnVy. So they gave it the best shot realistically. It'll be interesting to see how things go from here. My question to you is, are you a bigger fan of Sentinels or EnVy? I'd love to hear your take on that. But with that, what's FNS saying? These are the interviews I'm talking about. Let's have a look.
That's what respect really is. It's just people gravitating towards you in a way that is like they almost look up to you. And the only way to do that is, I think, work ethic and having a strong work ethic.
There you go.
Competitors, kind of, yeah, they do have a part of them that want to be led. Some are more stubborn than others, obviously. But for FNS, there's some people that just have that kind of magnetic personality where no matter what room you're in, people kind of maybe...
Has my internet dropped?
...wanting to or trying to.
It wasn't something that I would say came naturally.
Anyway, moving forward, that was a really, really good game. I really enjoyed it. If you want to see more of these tournaments going on in Valorant, I'm trying to cover everything I can possibly, trust me. Got a few online projects that I'm working on. So I'm trying to cover everything I can, basically. Gamescom is coming on tomorrow, Fortnite Season 4 is tomorrow, I've still got Valorant Hub videos to do. So with that being said, if this video is interesting or helpful to you in any shape or form, a like is always very much appreciated. Wrong outro, but right outro. A like is always very much appreciated. But yeah, anyway, I'll be covering more going on. I'll actually be covering a lot of Gamescom stuff tomorrow. I'm probably Fortnite Season 4, so if you're not a big fan of Fortnite, I apologise. But I'll be covering everything. Like I say, everything going on in the gaming community that I'm interested in, which is Valorant, Fortnite, Call of Duty, a lot of stuff. I'll be covering it. So if you want to be up to date with everything happening, hit that subscribe button, keep notifications on. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.
Shopping.